All right, I'd like to thank everybody out for coming on out tonight, or this afternoon. Wow, I'm getting ahead of myself today. So we'll basically talk about a couple things here tonight as we get Dennis set up here in just a couple minutes. But again, thank you for coming out. This is a huge step forward for the Bloomington Thunder as we get ready for the season. Kurt Silcott will talk to you in just a couple seconds. But before he does, I'd like to remind everybody just to turn off your phones if you have them, and just so we don't get too many disturbances here over the next little while we take care of this press conference. So without further ado, Kurt Silcott.
Thanks, Brian. I also wanted to thank everyone for coming out today. A little bit steamy out there. I know people probably would have rather stayed in their air-conditioned offices today if they have them, but we do appreciate you coming out. I'm just going to talk briefly, and then I'll get you over to the guys that you really want to hear from. I just want to give you a couple things we got upcoming. We've been selling season tickets primarily at this point. We're going to start our media campaign for season tickets very soon. We've got a few staff members now here in place. Brian's one of them, Caitlin over here, and then you see Donna and Alicia in the back, and Joe's around here somewhere. But just so you know, those are some of our staff members that are helping us out here. So introduce yourselves to them as you get a chance. And as I said, we're going to be really starting our season ticket campaign starting in early July and pushing for fans to get their season tickets. We think we've got a great product, and Coach will talk about that real soon, about what we've got coming in the upcoming weeks and months as we head into our season. So we're real excited about what's been going on, and you know, Coach Williams is putting together, along with Coach Harry Mahood, who I don't think you guys have met before other than personally. Harry Mahood is our assistant coach, and they've been putting together our team and working with the players real hard the last few months. And you know, you guys don't see it, but we've been seeing a lot of stuff go on. It's pretty exciting. So I'll let them talk about the player side of things. But for your benefit, primarily, season ticket push from now, and then we should be getting our schedule here in the next couple weeks. We have seen a rough draft, which looks like we'll be opening the weekend of September 26, 27, somewhere in there. But as soon as we do get the final schedule, we'll get that out to all of you. So look forward to that in the next couple weeks. And again, we will probably go on sale with individual sales, individual tickets, about a month out from the start of our season. So we'll be looking at late August in that. So we'll be working real hard to fill the stands, and we appreciate all the support from you folks here today. And with that, I will basically turn it over to Coach Williams. He's going to talk about a number of items, primarily a little bit about the players and camp that's coming up this week. So without further ado, I give you Coach Williams.
You can hear me like this, right? This raspy voice echoes too much there with that mic. So thanks for coming. Obviously, I didn't get the memo with the suits. It is 98 degrees out there, and we just moved in yesterday, actually. So everything's in boxes right now at our house. So I do apologize for that. I'm normally not a flip-flop short guy, but for today I definitely will, though. It's been some warm weather right now, and obviously, the nice part about this is walking into a cold rink, and for Hoodie and I, and Jesse Davis is one of our other coaching members that I'm sure you saw in regards to who we've added to our staff. And then you got Connor Hobbs in the back as our new equipment manager, who just picked up at the airport about two hours ago. So it's his first time to Bloomington, and we brought him in from Utica College. And we've been recommended by a great friend of mine, and really excited to have him. So we're all getting ready to make our move up to Chicago here. I guess it starts tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, right, honey?
Yep.
8 bells, and I just get told kind of where to go. We've been dealing with a lot of kids right now, and you know, it's exciting. You know, we have a camp coming up, obviously, with a goalie session where we're going to have 24 goalies roughly trying out. Starting tomorrow night at 8, and then we open up with an open portion of our camp where we have 6 teams filled. With that, I think we're about 120 kids, 120 players there. And then on to main camp where we have 8 teams there, and we'll probably carry 160 for that part. So over the next course of 6 days, we'll probably be able to see about anywhere from 220 to 260 kids will come through our camp that will be looking at and looking to bring down here to Bloomington, where we'll bring down come August about 30 of them. at that time is what we'll probably bring, 28 maybe. We haven't really discussed that, and time will tell. But we've started to formulate our staff here quite a bit since the last time we met here. We brought in 2 scouts with us, an East Coast scout and Rocky Russo, who's been with us in Amarillo for the last 3 years, then took a head job, and then a guy up in Ontario who I know quite well, my older brother Dave Williams, is going to join us here as well, and we're not sure how that's going to go yet. You know, if he can take those orders from his younger brother or not. My mom's a little worried about all that, but it should be a lot of fun. He has a great eye for talent, and definitely knows the game well, and same with Rocky. So we're excited to have them. So staff's starting to take some shape here. I know, like I said, last time we sat up here, Kurt and I, it was just the 2 of us, and obviously his front office has taken shape, and so are we. And you know, we're really excited, and you know, we have a lot of great things coming on right now. I'm really excited about the group of kids we have coming. Highly skilled, they compete hard. They're excited to come here, you know, and that's what's always you want. You don't want to have to convince players to come play for you. Our numbers have been fantastic. Like I said, the amount of players reaching out to us of a high-end caliber player who want to come to Bloomington and play has been fantastic. And I know for a fact, you know, with Harry and Jesse, you know, working the phones hard and you know, getting this camp going, you know, we're going to be able to ice what I think is going to be a very competitive team. And you know, it's going to take time like anything. And a lot of people would ask me, so tell me what you know about, you know, your draft picks, or tell me what you know about, you know, your team. And I just had a couple calls just call me and ask me about kids coming to camp. Well, I haven't seen any of them. I said, you got to call me back in a week and we'll have a better feeling of where we're at and what we need to work on. But I can tell you that for what we've seen so far, you know, myself personally, and being in this business for some time, I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about, like I said, that the talent that's coming to camp and the type of players we're trying to recruit. And you know, one of the things right now that we're really dealing with outside of camp is the housing side of things. And I know Donna's in the back who's helping Harry. I'm going to pass over to Harry here in a few minutes to talk more about housing. But housing players is one of the biggest issues we have, and one of the you know, biggest and most important factors of junior hockey. And in junior hockey, I consider housing or billeting kids, you know, that's, to me, that's a $200,000 corporate sale. You know, like that's our big thing that we really need right now. And I don't want to get into too much, as I'm going to leave it for Harry, but I think we have a dozen or so signed up, and he's going to get into some more details next week regarding a meet and greet and a informational set we're going to provide, and dinner here, I believe next Thursday, but he's going to get into more of that. But the housing part of it is so important, because it's what these players, you know, in regards to, they remember, you know, when those guys leave. And you know, I always put it in perspective. If you have a son or daughter, and you know, we have some kids from Europe coming over, and can you imagine just dropping your kid over in Russia? We have some boys from Russia coming. I could imagine taking my kid, putting him on a flight, dropping him off in Russia, and saying, you know, good luck, you know, kind of, you know, and to have good families and good homes and good people is so important to us. The experience for them lasts a lifetime. And, you know, I talked to quite a few of the billet families back home in Amarillo, and if you follow them throughout the year, how many of them go on to watch their billet son play college hockey? Follow them on the internet. They're making family trips out to see them play. Notre Dame versus Minnesota, North Dakota versus Colorado, whatever it may be. And you know, I think that's one of the biggest things that we're really pushing for right now is continue to find homes. And like I said, I know Harry's going to get into it of how many we're still looking for or what our goals are. And but it is a big piece. So if anyone out there can spread the word in regards to housing, it is a very important factor to us. And there's a stipend that comes with it. A lot of people, there's a lot of questions. That's why we're going to kind of have a informational meeting on it to try to, you know, clarify a lot of that and how much it does affect a player in a positive way. But like I said, camp's right around the corner. We're like I said, we're ecstatic. You know, it's a lot of fun right now. And I was moving in yesterday, and I was talking to our neighbor, and he's a great gentleman, and he obviously he came out and said hi to us and met the family, and he was talking to me about, and he used a term which I remember here to a T right now, and I remember our president Gary Jelena talking about it. He said, we're still talking to people in town that are worried that it's not pro hockey, and he said, what I'm so excited about it, he said, is that these kids are moving on, these young men are going on to play Division I college hockey, and he used the term to me, best of the best, and I remember our president Gary Jelena talking about that in his first speech here, and that's our slogan, the best of the best. But he even used it to me next door, and I was like, all right, it's catching on already, and I know for his sake, when I was just talking to him was seeing those young guys getting to move on and play college, and we were just talking about how nice it is to have these type of kids represent us in the school districts as well, in all the high school districts, and I know Harry and I, we've met with all the high schools, and nothing but a great experience for us. When we're talking to the principals and vice principals and guidance counselors. So, the neat thing about it is these players are going to be involved. They're going to be available for our community service. We're going to be big on that. And better yet, a lot of these players will be in seniors in high schools, and they'll be going to school just like any other student here in Bloomington. They're not treated any different. If anything, they probably have more of a microscope over them. And, it's a little bit harder for them because obviously they got a principal on them and then they got myself on them. So, we want to make sure we bring these guys in and, they're right adapted. But at the end of the day, it's going to be definitely a product and players that you're going to be proud of to call your own and be able to see them blossom and play Division I college hockey. And hopefully a handful of them here in the next few years get to go play pro hockey right after. So before I turn it over to Harry Mahood, is there any questions for me in regards to housing or the camp, how it's going to run, the players, anything that I can help answer? Nothing? Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about Logan Halligan? He's
yeah.
a good chance of being drafted here in the NHL draft. And if he is, what does that mean for his ability here?
Yeah, Logan's a great kid. I was just texting with him the other day. He's gone back down to is it South Carolina or North Carolina? It's one of the two there, and he was up here still training, in Wisconsin there, and with the draft, I haven't really got into it with him. The last thing you want is added pressure, everyone talking about it with him, but obviously it's an exciting time for him. I'm sure his head goes in every direction right now, and I try to envision myself being that age and having the prospect of being an NHL draft pick, what that would be like, but for him, we definitely see him coming in, and right now it's his spot. He's a guy that he's going to get challenged. We're going to bring goalies in to challenge him to make him better. But at the same time, we've tendered Logan as a guy. We only tendered 3 players. One was him, one was Tyler Gernhofer, who played with us, and another one was a younger player named Van Bar going to Western Michigan. But we expect those 3 guys to be impact players for us. I know right now it's exciting times. I try to stay away from him a little bit as he's, clearing his head. We're going to see him this weekend, so it's going to be nice to sit down and chat with him. It's going to be nice to sit down and talk with a lot of these guys. Again, for myself and for Harry and even Jesse, we haven't really met a lot of these players. So, it's going to be nice, like I said, to just get to know them, put a face with a name here, and be able to make them feel more comfortable as well. Nothing else? All right. Okay, and again, I'll be around after, and I do appreciate everybody coming out, and I'm going to hand it over here to Harry in regards to talking about the housing a little bit more in depth, as he's coordinating that with Don in the back, and I know it's exciting times. I'm around here now after this week. We're gone for 7 days, and hopefully by then our boxes are all out of our house. I don't know. I'm crossing my fingers. It means a lot on my wife right now, so I better, just watch what I say, I guess, a little bit. But again, if I can be of any help or assistance as soon as we get back from Chicago, you can reach me right here in the office, and hopefully we get a chance to visit again shortly. All right, so here's Coach Mahood.
Well, thanks. My name is Harry Mahood, and all my friends call me Hoodie. Of course, you can't go through most sports and not get your nickname early in life. And first thing I want to do, though, was really compliment our staff. And I wanted to acknowledge Kurt and Brian and Caitlin, who have done just an outstanding job building the initial infrastructure here for what is being rolled out here together with when Mr. Ewell and Mr. Jelena and Coach Williams were here earlier in the year. Because this is my 24th season of junior hockey, and I've done six as a player and 18 as a coach. And I've done this by choice. Even when I had my last year of junior eligibility, instead of going pro, I actually played my overage year of junior. That's what it's always meant to me. It's a very special place, and it's very different than pro hockey because we're dealing with athletes that are very serious, both academically, athletically, and personally, and they're really driven, but yet they're not finished products. So seeing everybody out here today is really fantastic, and I think we always talk about having a community-based program at its heart, and really we're going to need the support and help of everybody to help these young guys get to where they're going. So there's never a day that goes by where these young guys don't need help and support. And I always explain to our players when we're working with them, you have a whole lot of people in your life. You have your mom who's there to give you a hug and a chocolate chip cookie. There's your dad who provides that strong guidance in your life. There's a grandparent that for sure somebody can look up to and lives and breathes on every word. And then there's the big bad coaches, and we're not there to give chocolate chip cookies out too often and a lot of hugs. We have a role which is to see how players are and how they could be. And a lot of times, I heard Dustin Brown when he took the podium the other day talking with all the people that were at the Stanley Cup presentation in LA talk about that it wasn't always pleasant with Coach Sutter, and but the end result was there. And obviously he was referring to the Stanley Cup being won once again in LA. And that's really a difficult job as a coach because we love these kids and we want to create the same successes and opportunities for them, but most often in their lives we're people that provide the support, the direction and guidance, and a lot of times we provide the bad news, which is, we have to go in different directions to be successful and challenge players to do that. And then they leave the locker room or the coach's office or the ice, and where do they head? Of course, they head to their housing families. And that's where the nurturing, support, and development becomes ever so important. And I wholeheartedly agree with Coach Williams that really that is the most important part of the junior program are the housing families. And it really is a reciprocal type opportunity for players and families. I'll tell you a small story. Some 25 years ago, I was playing in the Western Hockey League for the Billings Bighorns. And I went and I lived with a housing family who remain close and personal friends today, Al and Carol Bloomer. And Al Bloomer was quite a hockey development person and became quite a role model and a real teacher of hockey, as he has been coach-in-chief in USA Hockey for about 15 years. And it's interesting that Coach Williams and Coach was talking about our scouting staff, and we're looking at adding Coach Bloomer, Mr. Bloomer, to our scouting staff here in the very near future. And his negotiating, he wants, and we got to make sure we get him the right size golf shirt. And it just tells you how big a heart he has for the game, and 30 years himself of serving USA Hockey and helping kids. And that really is the name of the game with working with their housing families, is we need that infrastructure and support to make our program successful and the players individually successful. But the rewards that come back to the families and to the players are things that are immeasurable. And I think that more than anything is an opportunity for all the families in Bloomington Normal. So we're going to be hosting a little get-together right here at the Smokehouse. And I haven't met Paul yet, but thank you. I heard we're putting a little meal together Thursday, June 26th at 6:30 p.m. And we have about 12 families confirmed in our housing program. We're probably in the need of 15 to 18 more. As there's a big need to get the proper host families for the kids and get them going in the right direction. And we also have a great lady that has been taking care of this and really taking the nerve center of all this out of our hands, and that's Donna Wampler, who will be joining our staff as a staff person and also as our coordinator of our housing program. So again, I just wanted to thank all the staff for a great job. And these are the dog days of summer in hockey. Junior hockey is different than pro. They go to the lake and they're playing golf and all sorts of things, where in junior hockey it really is the most busy time of the year, assembling our team and doing the great types of marketing and promotions that the team needs to do, together with soliciting and securing housing families in the summer to make that program successful. So thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to meeting everybody as we move along here. Thank you.
All right. I didn't get a chance to really introduce myself before, but I'm Brian Tossi. I'm pretty much the broadcaster and PR manager for the front office staff. That pretty much wraps it up for us here. Does anyone have any final questions for any of our staff members, either Coach or Kurt? No. Also, we have, as we mentioned before, applications for season ticket holders. You can talk to Donna or Coach Mahood if you'd be interested in becoming a host family member with the Bloomington Thunder. We definitely appreciate it. And for more information, anytime you need it, please go to our website, www.bloomingtonthunder.com, or call our office. It's 309-434-2980. And any of your information you can get from us there at any time. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you have there. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for coming out today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.